If you are struggling to take action, if you're feeling anxious, or if you're feeling just frustrated and tired of your career path, watch this video where I'm going to explain everything you need to know about the planet that is behind this all, which is Mars, the planet of action. Specifically in this video, I'm sharing what it means to have your Mars in the sign of Virgo. Hello and welcome back to the Be the Hero channel. My name is Isabelle and I help you understand who you are using personality typing and astrology, because I was the person who did not understand themselves for way too long, and I was often left feeling confused, lost, and having no direction in life because I didn't understand myself or what my desires were. Then I discovered the Enneagram, Myers-Briggs, astrology, and so much more, and I finally had direction on who I was and where I needed to go. So now I'm here to teach you about these things so that you can understand them too in the most simple fashion possible. Now, before I get too far into this video and tell you all about what it means to have your Mars in the sign of Virgo, hit the link in the description below to get your very own fabulous My Horoscope Made Me Do It hoodie. I know, it's so cute, right? I designed it myself, so proud. Get your very own My Horoscope Made Me Do It hoodie so that we can be matching. I'm only offering them for a limited time, so hit the link in the description below right now to order yours now, then come back to this video. In this video, I'm explaining everything you need to know about having your Mars in the sign of Virgo in your birth chart. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what Mars is, because oftentimes we don't really understand each of the planets well, and that leads us to feeling like our chart is inaccurate. Mars is the planet of action, and I just finished covering up a series on Mercury, and knowing what Mercury is as an example can help you understand how Mars is different and rules a very specific area of our lives. Mercury is the planet of the mind. It shows us how we think, how we process reality, what details we tend to see first in our reality, and how we express that back to the world. Mars, on the other hand, is the planet of action. It purely represents how we move through life, how we like to take action, and what our physical vitality tends to be, where we hold physical strength. So with Mars in the sign of Virgo, you're going to have specific ways you like to take action and specific physical traits and strengths. Virgo is the sixth sign of the zodiac. It is the second earth sign that we interact with. Now, think of the zodiac signs as you've seen them in a wheel. We move through this wheel in steps. So Aries, as the first sign of the zodiac, is when we first come into the world and we are just bold, brave, initiative, trying everything. Then we get to our first earth sign of Taurus, and we learn how I can slow down. I don't need to charge life so fast like Aries taught me to. I'm just going to smell the roses, listen to the bees, enjoy the grass. When we get to Virgo eventually, we're getting to a higher frequency of material enjoyment, because both Taurus and Virgo are earth signs. And so they have this commonality of material security and stability. Taurus enjoys the little things of life. But when we get to Virgo, we start to question, I need something more. I need something in this material world needs to help me more. And this is where we learn selflessness. Because Virgo is the first time in our life where we go, giving to other people makes us feel good. And especially because Virgo comes after the sign of Leo, and Leo's where we become, maybe in a way, a heightened selfishness, hence quotes, because it's not necessarily a bad thing. We learn to just enjoy life to the fullest, do everything, let ourselves take center stage, all these things. And then we go, okay, that was good. What else? And then we step into Virgo after Leo, and we go, stability, routine, doing little things, helping other people especially makes us feel good. Virgo, whenever we have strong Virgo energy in our chart, we become very detail-oriented and very selfless. Selflessness is the natural tendency. And Virgo doesn't do selflessness through an empathetic conversation. They do it through physical action. Virgo, as an earth sign focused on the material world, thinks that hard work is the best way to serve other people. These people have endless amounts of effort and they see the details so well that they are so great at doing tasks. Virgo is very detail oriented, and I like to explain it as, imagine you're in a forest and some people naturally notice, oh, the birds flying overhead. Some see the little ants on the ground. Some see the entire collective amount of trees. Some people notice the colors. Some people notice the sounds. Virgo is looking at a singular piece of bark on a tree and noticing every detail within that piece of bark. This is their strength and their weakness, because Virgo is so detail oriented that they notice things that no one else does. And at the same time, they can be a little bit closed-minded because they lack the ability to see the big picture. So what does it mean when our Mars is in the sign of Virgo? People with a Mars in Virgo are characterized by their extremely high work ethic. These people are probably some of the most hardworking people you have ever met. However, depending on how they're embracing it, you might not see this right away. And this is because Mars in Virgo wants a task more than anything else. They need to know the exact steps on how to do something, every detail and fact about what they're doing, and then they can take action. Oftentimes, people with a Mars in Virgo can be left feeling stuck or at a standstill in their work or in what they're doing because they just don't know enough details, or they don't see it enough as a task. These people get easily overwhelmed by big picture thinking ideas. As an example, I have a younger brother who is a Mars in Virgo. And he also has a Mercury in Gemini, which means he takes in so much insane information. And as a family of entrepreneurs, we have told him many times, like, hey, you could help out by recording or editing and recording videos. But he's never gotten around to doing it. Why? Because the task isn't enough of a task. We would have to hold his hand through the process and say, film this shot at this angle, saying these exact words, then airdrop with this button to the computer to then go to this app to trim this much off. Mars in Virgo needs so many details to what they do. And once they embrace this correctly, they are some of the most hardworking people you will ever meet. So to follow that example, my younger brother is a very avid skier, and he has researched every imaginable video on how to do specific tricks. And he has learned them at an insanely rapid rate because he knows how to take the details and then apply them because it was very linear for him. So you can see how the Mars in Virgo needs so much detail and tasks in order to do work best. A big trait that comes along whenever we have Virgo placement is not only are we detail-oriented and selfless, but we are also critical. And I have Virgo placements myself, so I am in on this as well, that I can be very hypercritical at times. But people with Mars in Virgo can go about helping people, selflessly serving, giving every imaginable thing they can, working their hardest to the point of exhaustion. And at the same time, they can sound very hypercritical. And this is because they notice the details of things. And it's just natural for them to express that, most likely in the most blunt way possible. Like, hey, you have 10 typos here. You messed up on that piece of art. There's a crooked line in your painting, etc. These people are critical in their way of helping, and this can seem like a weakness, but it can also help them get things done, especially in their careers. Mars in Virgo does best in a career where they have very, very, very clear tasks on what they're supposed to do, especially if it's routine tasks, and tasks that allow them to be cut and dry. They don't want to have to do these wishy-washy feelings things. They just want to get the task done and make sure that things are perfect. Mars in Virgo is a bit of a perfectionist when they embrace their energy to their fullest. And this can serve them in their career in careers specifically that require perfection. These people will notice the details that are wrong with things, and they will know how to correctly fix them. On the other hand, a Mars in Virgo will be very unfulfilled in a career that requires big picture thinking or letting go of small details. These people hate when things are left half finished or imperfect, or we just say, don't worry about it, just drop it. They're like, no, I want it to be perfect. Let me finish my task or else I'll be left extremely unsettled. Mars in Virgo is also going to likely be very good at taking care of themselves when they allow themselves to, because generally self-care is a very routine and methodical process, and these people know how to follow those tasks through. So if they ever set self-development goals, self-growth goals, if they need self-care days, these people will be the best out of anyone on how to schedule them and make sure that they get them done. Mars in Virgo, Mars in general, represents our physical vitality. And so when in Virgo is very detail oriented and focused on the body. It also, Virgo is, there's a different part of the body associated with each zodiac sign. And for Virgo, it's the digestive system. And Virgos in general are very in touch with their body. So when Mars, the planet of physical vitality, is in the sign of Virgo, these people are going to be very aware of how their body feels, and specifically how their digestive system feels, which means that these people can oftentimes struggle with digestive issues, or this will be the place in their body that they can find the most strength. So the reason for this is, again, because each Mars sign has different physical strengths associated with the zodiac sign it's in. If you have a Mars in Aries, you will have strength in, because Aries is associated with the head and face, you'll be very headstrong metaphorically, and your strength will lie in your head. If you're a Mars in Gemini, you're going to have strength in your arms and hands. This is where your physical strength and talents will lie. So for Mars in Virgo, these people are going to be very in touch with their body, in their gut, and their digestive system, which is going to affect the gut microbiome is very important for our health. And so these people need to make sure that they're very much taking care of their gut and feeding themselves good things in order to maintain physical strength, more so than any of the other Mars signs. Mars in Virgo is very similar to Mars in Gemini in the sense that the more that these people have to do, the more at ease they are. Having nothing to do, having no tasks, having no focus is going to leave them nervous, fidgety, anxious, and distressed. If you are a Mars in Virgo, or you know someone who has this placement, you're going to notice that these people get more anxious the less they have to do. And you're going to think, just calm down, relax, do nothing. To a Mars in Virgo, that's not an option. They need a task. And for Virgo energy in general, discipline is a very important thing to them. So these people always need something, whether it's a sport or a goal or work, that they're getting to be disciplined in. These people thrive off of routine and thrive off of holding themselves accountable. Overall, Mars in Virgo, you're the most hardworking and detail-oriented person you're ever going to meet. You have a knack for getting tasks done. You're perfectionist, which can serve you well in your career. Just make sure you always have a goal, or else you're going to be left distressed. And take care of that physical body, since you're going to be naturally very aware of your own. Move your energy. If this video helped you understand what it means to have your Mars in the sign of Virgo in your birth chart, let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, grab the free birth chart workbook in the link in the description below, where I help you understand the basics of your chart using journal prompts. I've personally used these journal prompts to understand my chart and apply it so that I can actually apply the information of my chart and live in alignment with the basics of my astrology. So if you're new to astrology, this workbook's great for you. But if also you're someone who was like me when I first got into astrology, just taking in all the information in the world about every single planet and placement and not knowing how to apply it, grab the free birth chart workbook now, because you need this workbook. You don't need to know every planet. You don't need to know every asteroid to understand your chart. You just need to apply the basics. So grab the free birth chart workbook in the link in the description below. It takes less than 15 minutes to do the whole thing. While you're down there, if you are a person who loves workbooks and courses, if you are interested in astrology, chakras, Enneagram, self-development, general mindfulness, get the Making Mindfulness Fun bundle, where we have all 30 of our workbooks and courses available for only $30. It's an insane deal, I know, and I have no idea how long I'm going to keep offering it for, so grab the Making Mindfulness Fun bundle now to have a lifetime's worth of self-development workbooks and courses for the rest of your life. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel, on our channel, to learn more about your astrology. If you don't see what you're looking for there, let me know in the comments below what you want to hear about next in your birth chart, and I will film about it soon. Once again, my name is Isabelle, and from my heart to yours, namaste.